It is insanity to expect different results when you do the same thing. Your inputs are the same and you're expecting different outputs. No, it's like you sowing tomatoes and expecting to reap yam. So look at your environment, the friends that you keep, the things that you do with your time, the habits that you form or that you have formed. Those are the things that affect your outlook on life. If you continue to move with people who would always talk down on anything and who don't see anything positive in things, they will continue to dampen your positivity. You do when things are not adding up. You have been told to trust, to desire, to dream big. You are putting in the work, you are saving, you are investing, and things are not just generally adding up. I know how it feels, to be putting in the work, to be putting in the effort, and you are not achieving results. And you just feel generally inundated and apprehensive about your life, your family, your business, your relationship, your children, parenting, and, just generally about everything in life. In this video, I want to share 4 quick tips or 4 quick punchy points to help you navigate, to help you rise above despair and disappointment, and to help you achieve your goals. I'm going to be sharing from the life of Joseph. In the scriptures, yes, Joseph is one character that I love. His life was an epitome, or continues to be an epitome of inspiration. In spite of all of the things that he went through, he came out laughing last and laughing big. What are the few things that I, just want to share from the life of, just because, we could share so many things about him. But these 4 points, I believe, will just help you navigate this tough season of despair and disappointment. The first thing, I'm not going to read the Bible, of course. If you haven't read about the story of Joseph, you can read about it in the book of Genesis. Now, the first thing is having a positive outlook about life. Listen to me. We are in a very dire economic season. Now, let me take that back. Things appear to be dire. Things appear to be very restrictive. The state of the global economy, national economy, making money, inflation, interest rate, leadership, wars across the world. And those things sort of have a way of seeping into our souls and our spirits, distorting how we think, distorting our relationships, distorting our outlook about life. And it's so easy to sink into despair or to depression or to anything that will just, take positivity out of your life. I'm encouraging you to take a positive outlook, to embrace positivity once again. Do I need to remind you about what Joseph went through? Yeah, maybe for those who are not familiar with the story of Joseph, how he was the favorite of his father. His father loved him so much. And then, his brothers were envious. His father gave him a coat of many colors. And life was looking so good and rosy until one day his brothers decided to kill him. And rather, they put him in a pit. And from that pit, he was sold as a slave. He was running around for his father, to his brothers, to check on them, to see how they were doing. And they sold him. Now, if you find yourself, or if you were the one who found him or herself in that situation, what would you have felt? How would you have felt? It was a crushing and debilitating encounter for Joseph. But how did he even navigate? Sometimes I think about it. Some of us, we have not even gone through half or a quarter of what some of those biblical characters went through. And then from being put in a pit and sold to Egypt and then working as a slave. Somebody that was his father's favorite became a slave in Potiphar's house. And then he was lied upon. Potiphar's wife, Mrs. Potiphar, wanted to sleep with him and he wasn't going to agree. He was put into prison. Like from 17, the age of 17, he went through a very turbulent time. 13 years. How would you have felt? But listen, Joseph was such an exemplary character. The Bible said that in Potiphar's house, he did everything he was supposed to. God was with him. He was a good administrator. Even in the prison, he served with his gift and talents. How do you explain it? I am encouraging you to start to take a positive outlook Now, you might say that's not possible. Change the things around you. Like they say, I'm paraphrasing that quote in a very loose manner. It is insanity to expect different results when you do the same thing. Your inputs are the same and you're expecting different outputs. No, it's like you sowing tomatoes and expecting to reap. Yeah. So look at your environment, the friends that you keep, the things that you do with your time, the habits that you form or that you have formed. Those are the things that affect your outlook on life. If you continue to move with people who would always talk down on anything and who don't see anything positive in things, they will continue to dampen your positivity. So move out. For some of you, you may need to move out of where you're staying to a more positive area. And it's not just about money. I know money helps you solve a lot of money problems, but I'm saying start from the things that do not necessarily entail money. The time you spend talking to people on unnecessary gist, the time you spend, doing unproductive work. Look at it and begin to just change your way of life. Go out for fresh air. Some of you are waiting to travel overseas when you can actually have your vacations already, what we call staycations in your houses, or rent an Airbnb for a week, for a weekend. Do you see? Some of you need to go from Lagos to Ibadan and just go enjoy yourself for a few days. Change your mindset. Change the things that you see. I like that scripture. I'm going to loosely also paraphrase it. It says that, a man's eyes are the inlet into his body. If your eyes are dark, your entire body will be dark. So change what you see. Change what you hear. Change what you're exposed to. Right? Joseph was in the midst of troubles, but his gaze was on God. And the Bible recorded that God was with him. Number 2, invest in personal development. You want to earn more money. You want your financial circumstances to change. I get it. But what are you doing to become a better person? One of the things I ask myself is, Shola, if you meet this and that person on a plane, what would you say to them? Influential, really wealthy people. I am a wealthy person myself. But if you meet this person, what are you going to say to them? I've asked myself this question for 3 or 4 years. In recent times, I have then come up, because I have constantly interacted with that question, I've come up with something, with an idea that I could share with them, and it just blows my mind. I'm like, I cannot want to earn more money, and then what I'm bringing to the table are the things that I have brought to the table 7 years ago. The world is evolving, so must you evolve. You can't say you want to teach in a certain manner that you have taught over the last 10 years. Listen, today's information becomes outdated by 11:59 p.m. and there's new information. There are new technological opportunities. That technology is your leverage. Read PDF books, right? Buy them. Kindle books, buy them. Physical books, buy them. Audible, purchase them. Invest in your personal development. How did Joseph invest in himself? I think time. Because we didn't record that he went to school or anywhere, but he had a lot of time to himself. He had a lot of time serving. Sometimes when you serve, you learn. When you volunteer, you learn. So he kept serving and he kept improving on himself. So what are the new things you're going to do in the next 3 months, 4 months, 6 months? As Master was, we've got courses to train business owners, courses to teach you about saving, about investing, about making, multiplying, and managing your money. Sign up for the membership and learn something new regarding your finances if you want to have better results. Number 3, preparation. The same Joseph that we saw in the pit was not the same Joseph that appeared before Pharaoh. And it was not the same Joseph that was made the prime minister. Yeah, literally the same person, but he evolved over time. He saw a vision, a dream about himself, about his brothers and his parents bowing down before him. But by the time he appeared before Pharaoh, he was interpreting dreams. Pharaoh's dreams. Not just interpreting, but helping him recollect even his dreams. So, you are the same person, but prepare. Don't just be complaining and complaining and complaining. As you develop yourself, look out for opportunities. Rehearse. He was in the prison. He interpreted, the dreams of Pharaoh's employees. Honing his skills. Getting better at administration. He learned how to administer in Potiphar's house. He learned how to improve his dream interpretation skills in the palace. We don't recollect in the Bible where he interpreted dreams in Potiphar's house. It didn't mean that he didn't do that. But hey, different opportunities, different places for different things. Prepare yourself. So you are complaining, but you're not doing anything extra. Rehearse. You want to be a good speaker? Stand in front of a mirror. You want to drive better? Learn to drive. You want to become a better host? Learn. Volunteer. Intern, moonlight with people or with organizations so you can become better. Understand how to spot opportunities and how to take them. Some of us, opportunities come our way every time, but they slip through our hands because we don't identify them or we're not prepared. Dress well, look well. Remember when they called for Joseph from the prison, he did what? Improved, he dressed well, he shaved, he came out clean. Earlier today, I put out something that I shared, and I said there are many people that the Bible recorded that they cleaned up and dressed well. Ruth, when she was going to meet Boaz, she did what? She prepared, dressed well. Esther, dressed well. Joseph, dressed well. They cleaned up, right? To meet. That's preparation. Don't wait until when things happen before you prepare. Prepare now. Finally, for this video, there's so many other things I could share. I wanted to also talk about the power of partnerships. Recommendation, collaboration. I talk about this social wealth factor all the time. When Joseph interpreted dreams for the butler and the baker, he told them, please remember me. Guys, if the butler, it was the butler that recommended it, I believe, right? Had not mentioned to the king that, oh my God, I'm so sorry. There was a guy that interpreted my dream. And if Joseph had not told him, it might not have been top of mind. Sometimes you assume that people should recommend you, but you're not saying it. You're not telling people about what you sell, about what you do. You just say, I know, talk to people. Yeah, tell them. They should know. And you're upset that people are not recommending you when you're not saying it. You're upset that they're not remembering your products. You're not telling them. Joseph said, please remember me. And did they remember him? They remembered him. The power of partnerships. The power of influential recommendations and endorsements. There's a video on my YouTube channel that talks about it. So, whilst you are, just navigating this season, look around you. Who is doing what I do? Who is doing what I would love to do? Who has skills and I have time? Who has access that I don't have? How can I team up with them? But always be willing and ready to bring something to the table. So I'm saying that, this season might be funny, but don't get caught up in despair and disappointment and apprehension and anxiety. Make up your mind that you're going to rise above it. You're going to prepare yourself. You're going to develop yourself. You're going to have a positive outlook. You're going to partner with people. Until I see you in the next video, keep winning with your resources. I love you and I'm willing to see you grow. And I'm here rooting for you. Join our Smart Stewards Academy. Let's take this journey a notch higher. Use the link under this video to do that. See you soon.